I'm Alan from Infrared Sauna Repairs. In this series of videos, we're going to attempt to help you diagnose and repair some common faults in your infrared sauna unit. So we're back in the Luxo 4-person corner infrared sauna. In the last video, we showed you how to diagnose and identify some common problems, and today we're going to show you how to replace the switching transformer and the switching relay. Before we get started, it's important to make sure we have the right tools so the job goes as efficiently as possible. First, we need a multimeter with the voltage AC, voltage DC, and a resistance test option. We need a terminal driver, a Phillips 1, a Phillips 2, and an optional one is the Phillips driver if you would like to take the screws out of the roof a little bit faster. Before we take the next step, remember, never work live, so make sure that the sauna is isolated and the plug is out of the wall. So the next thing we're going to do is remove the DC transformer and change it over for a new one. In order to do that, we will need to loosen off the screws that hold it to the case by first removing the case itself from the top of the sauna. So now that the box is loose, we're going to simply lift it up, holding one finger on the nut and unscrewing these bolts so that we're able to remove the actual transformer. Having successfully loosened the transformer, we're ready to install the new one. The replacement transformer we have is the same output, just a little bit smaller physically. It also has less terminals, but we have, importantly, line in and line out. Starting with the ACL and ACN, we're going to remove these cables and place them into the new transformer. The next step is the earth. The earth is noted by either the ground earth or that symbol there. The next step will be to match up the DC negative and the DC positive to the DC negative and the DC positive on the incoming transformer. The incoming transformer has only 2 terminals for this instead of the 4, so we're simply going to double them up onto the same screw. The next step is to take the DC positive and place it in the DC positive of the incoming transformer. With all the cables removed from the existing transformer, we're able to now just simply slide it out and place the new one in position. Using the same hole from the existing transformer, we're going to reuse the screw and the nut, and we're going to place it up through the hole and then fasten this transformer back down to the box. Now that that's fastened into place, we're ready to switch it back on and test that the new one works. Starting again by testing the voltage AC on the incoming side of your transformer, placing the probes across the positive and the negative. We have 240 volts, which is good. Now switching to voltage DC, we place the prongs again across the negative and the positive. Showing 12 volts DC, so that's good. If this was your problem, switch the sauna back on from the inside control panel and see if your problem has been resolved. Now that we're back on this side of the unit and the transformer has been replaced, the next thing we're going to look at is the switching relay. Now again, making sure you've turned the unit off and it is unplugged from the wall. So placing the replacement part next to the existing relay, matching up the load and the input terminals, we are now going to begin by removing each individual cable and attaching it to the new relay. Making sure this happens in a step-by-step process, doing only one cable at a time, ensures that there are no mistakes and that the cables are put back in the correct locations. We also want to fasten the relay to the box by removing these existing bolts and placing them in our new relay. This can be done the same way we took the transformer off, by simply tilting the box up while holding the nuts in position. You may also notice underneath your relay that there is a grey paste. This is heatsink paste and is used to help dissipate the heat from the relay into the rest of the box and allow it to stay cooler. Using the same screws, we're going to put the relay back into place. Now that the relay is securely in place, it's time to test. The best way to do that is to turn the power back on, jump inside the sauna and fire it up. If the heaters start to heat, then very good chance that we've solved the problem. Now that the repairs are complete and the sauna is working, all we have to do is put the sauna back together. Make sure that if you remove the sauna from the top of the ceiling, that you fasten that back down, place the lid back on, and put the cover back over. So in today's video, we covered the switching transformer and the switching relay. These are the two most common failures that are found in this particular unit. If in your case, it is the control failure on the wall controller, we'll do a separate video where we're going to replace the wall controller and the entire box on the ceiling. That's it for this video. I hope you found the information useful. If you have any specific queries or questions or other topics you'd like us to discuss, please reach out in the link below. I also stock a full range of parts described in this series. They're available express posted Australia-wide on our website infrared-sauna-repairs.com.au.